We've seen your insane vision of the future.
My world will have no crime, violence, or pain.
You can add free will to that list, too.
A small price to pay for order. Your order.
For your select few.
Excuse me, but I fail to see the problem with that.
Why force a doomed little person to spend a miserable and ignorant childhood doing all the things you wish you had done, preparing it for a shameful, repugnant life?
If you have the chance to advance, my peeps, you better take it, cause life in this world ain't always what you make it, it's what you're granted. A vision has been slanted to avoid the fact. Ideas have been planted, we indulge in overdoses, states of psychosis. Reality hypnosis is my diagnosis. If we proceed to read, deceive, and mislead through the creed of greed, instead of a good deed, then we will have sown the fate of our own. In the future to come will be a battle zone filled with clones, fear and frankenfood, biomutations. The minds are subdued of criminals whose free will is destroyed so they can mine for gold on a distant asteroid. See, we live in a land where we buy our freedom and so-called necessities, but do we really need them? We work to live, but only live to work. For those that smirk and lurk within the murk.
Our souls were immersed in glory the day we were born.
Well versed in the story of a rose and a thorn.
Our minds traveled well before NASA did into space.
Then the saga unraveled to where we saw the face.
The reflections, our minds were expanding
with a being that's well beyond our understanding.
Our spirits are granted the power of divinity.
From the era of forever to the era of
our
infinity.
very own spirituality is another casualty within an ongoing saga with many fatalities. People exert excessive energies of anger and hate. These negative emotions will eventually seal our fates, lost in our own wilderness of horrible darkness, facing unspeakable terrors and terrible harshness, like worshipping idols of dollars as our new mothers and fathers. The planet's getting hotter and no one even bothers to pay attention. Who mentions and takes notice that the new gods of Babylon has successfully taken over socio-economical political frontiers? The helpless are scared while the ignorant don't care. Governments have paved the way towards inevitable doomsday. No help through SOS, too late to cry for mayday. Got psychic hotlines attempting to read our minds, pacify with false visions while the swine leaders blind. So sublime like the lime in the drink you think you want. You take comfort in a world where they feed you mental junk, detached from our roots like a tree chopped in the forest. We can't proceed forward because we lack a certain courage to take the right steps to ensure a brighter future. We rather waste our time engaging small-minded maneuvers. That's right. Our ancestors shared the earth to aid in spiritual journeys, but we're caught up in the flesh, exiting our torn gurneys. We need to have faith, use prayer, and give a soulful prayer. We're existing in a world that resembles a rat's maze. Our souls were immersed in glory the day we were born.
Well versed in the story of a rose and a thorn.
Our minds traveled well before NASA did into space.
And the saga unraveled to where we saw the face.
The reflections, our minds were expanding
with a being that's well beyond our understanding.
Our spirits are granted the power of divinity.
From the era of forever to the era of infinity. See, Earth's run by men who study with scholars who sport white collars. They control all your dollars. They guide us to a point where we're no longer mobile like back in the days when we understood the global. They're embezzling funds, investing in guns while blessing the nuns. And now pestilence runs rampant through every crack and crevice in the ghetto. The sharper than stiletto, puppeteering like Geppetto. No liberation for the third world nation, where every politician gets a standing ovation. From slums of Carolina to the Appalachians, slave labor from China, boats filled with Haitians, letting in Mexican from across the border. No papers needed, they succeeded with the order of the new world. As many lives are hurled into impoverished pits where hell is unfurled. Poverty stricken, empty stomachs till it sickens, but others bellies thinking dining on easy pickings.
Our souls were immersed in glory the day we were born.
Well versed in the story of a rose and a thorn.
Our minds traveled well before NASA did into space.
And the saga unraveled to where we saw the face.
The reflections, our minds were expanding
with a being that's well beyond our understanding.
Our spirits are granted the power of divinity.
From the era of forever to the era of infinity.